Okay, C63. It's funny, you can feel the rumble when it's just idling. So, welcome, let's have a look. This is a mid-20s C63, C63 Performance actually. The one with the all-beloved 6.2 liter V8. This is the first time I'm actually driving one of these. I've always wanted to drive one, and since Rob owns one now, here we are. What is there to say about it? First impressions, like it's very smooth on just regular traffic. Seats are very comfortable, which is good because the ride really isn't too comfortable sitting on the optional 20-inch wheels. But yeah, car feels great. This is what I miss in new cars, to be honest. A really communicative steering rack. But we're in comfort now. There's a button down below here, which you can go to from Sport to Sport Plus to manual and then race start. This is all just for the transmission, because anything else, the car really is always in its AMG mode. So if we put it into Sport or Sport Plus, the car will be sharper. No, so as Rob said before, it's quite a rare specification in Dolomite metallic. So let's just create a little bit of distance between them, so we can have some initial acceleration. Let's put it manual. I mean, how can you beat that V8? Really? Yeah. It's got the performance package, which means it has another extra 30 horsepower, and it really feels like it wants to go. There's a reason why they call the AMGs of this time period the high-speed freight trains of the Autobahn, because they really pull. Let's see, on-ramp. Oh. And because there's so much torque and the car sits on winter tires and it's greasy and everything, it just wants to spin its wheels everywhere. Also, it doesn't help that this car is fully loaded except for the performance LSD diff, which is quite weird, but that's the way it was spec'd, which means the slightest bit of places where it's a little bit damp, the wheel spins up and the car just wants to go sideways. Not the safest way to go sideways. I would spec it up with the LSD, which you can still buy, which is no problem. But God, what a great car! And the downshifts, it's also fast. And you could feel the mass of the engine. Like if you downshift, you can really feel the car. It really is nuts car. Woo! Oh shit! That's what I mean with like the slightest bit of pushing the throttle when you want to clear the intersection. It just goes sideways. And I love how effortlessly it just like goes. The low end torque is really amazing. This is what great cars are about. It's just like they put you a little bit on edge. It's still perfectly fine to drive it normal, and you can still drive it smoothly as well, but you have to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, what else is there to say? Speaking about the interior, this car has 150,000 kilometers, so it is starting to show some wear, especially on the steering wheel, but nothing that nothing out of the ordinary. And everywhere else, like there's no annoying rattles. Everything still feels solid. The buttons still all work, and the car has adaptive cruise control. 2013 car. It has heated seats, front and rear parking sensors, camera. It's fully loaded, and yeah, it has a lot of things that most of cars with new cars that you would buy for this money, they do not have. Also, just the quality of everything is. I love interiors where everything that is within touching distance, it's soft. So it's no scratchy plastics. I really hate scratchy plastics, but this is great. This is great. Let's just enjoy the engine a little bit more, because I think we should. The car really wants to go. That's my main takeaway. It really wants to move. It wants to push. Everyone in its way is like, come, please, come, get out of the way, get out of the way. But then as soon as you put the transmission back into comfort, and it's great just for the stop and go traffic, especially because this is a facelift model. The facelifts have a revised engine, but they also have a new gearbox, where they went from the automatic torque converter to the multi-clutch system. And the multi-clutch system really sharpens up the experience, because I'm not a fan of torque converter automatics, to be honest. They always seem to lack a little bit of... Well, they're very smooth. That wasn't what I was going to say, but I feel like they always lack a little bit of emotion. They're just smooth, but they're sometimes a little bit slow, and something like a multi-clutch transmission or a dual clutch always works best. I cannot imagine what this would have been like if AMG thought, oh, let's put a manual in this, because I think it will be quite a handful. So maybe a good thing that you have to keep your hands on the wheel as they intended. And the throttle response, especially if you go a little bit higher. See, I want to demonstrate how sharp the throttle response is, but as soon as I hit the throttle, it just lights up the rear tires. I can't imagine what this would be like if it's a little bit warmer, dry, and have a nice sticky tire on. Because I think once it has traction, it goes, and it goes so fast. So I want to see if I can get a little bit more space and see how well it pulls when we have some traction. Or if we have some traction. Maybe if, yeah. Everything in the interior just feels very well thought out, very well placed. There's the funny old system where you have the buttons for your mobile phone here, but the infotainment system is starting to show its age. However, there's aftermarket options where you can just plug in CarPlay and it stays into the original screen. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to cut anything out. It just plugs in, and then you have the CarPlay as well. So no big deal if you want CarPlay on older cars. That's really not a big issue. Green lights. Okay, gentle. Oh, traction control. Traction control. Traction control. Yeah, It's really not the kind of weather with the old winter tires and the damp roads. It's fun though, because you can feel the engine purring like. So you can feel like it wants to go, but then the traction control starts cutting it out. These pedals are, by the way, aluminium, and they have a very nice click to them. Just be careful. Let's try to rev it out all the way. And the tone in the engine, it really picks up. You can keep it in, like we're driving at highway speeds, 6th gear, 2000 RPM, and I put my foot down, and you only ever have to change gears, and the further you go up to 2.5, then it really starts pulling. And it just has this nice low end rumble. When you're just driving and like start hitting it, it goes like brrr. But then when you push it further into the rev range, it really starts to pick up and it really starts to scream. It's such a great engine. Yes, and you put it back into comfort, and good thing the seats are comfy, because the ride is really bumpy. Okay, so that's about it on my first impressions on the C63 Performance from 2013. What a ridiculous car this is. If you can buy any C63 right now, this is the one you have to buy. What a nutcase it is. But still, even though it rides a little bit stiff on the 20s, it's perfect as a daily driver. The seat is very comfortable, it supports your back very well. And I'm a bit little finicky with my back, but it's perfect. Why shouldn't you buy it? So I want to thank you for watching, and we'll have more of these first impressions on the AutoNext YouTube channel. We hope you'll stick around. If you want to see anything particular, feel free to let us know in the comments. We're trying to find the coolest cars for you to buy. So not everything that's crazy expensive. Also just like smaller things, more attainable, more things that like to be attained by a car enthusiast. So if you know anything, let us know. Leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.